Okay, so I'm like trying to write this sentence in Spanish, and I want to talk about two verbs. Like, I want to have two verbs in my sentence, you see? But, like, if I have two verbs in the same sentence, do I conjugate them both? Like, if I'm talking about yo, do I conjugate both verbs into the yo form? Or, like, what do I do with both the verbs? Maybe I'll just, like, go through this PowerPoint presentation, because maybe it'll help me. Let's look at some examples of English in English when you have two verbs next to each other. The first example is I want to practice. The first verb or first action is want. The second verb is to practice. Secondly, we have the example she can sing. The first verb is can, she can. The second verb is sing. So, let's go to the next slide, okay? Here's the rule. In Spanish, only the first verb conjugates. The second one does not change. It stays in the infinitive form. Remember, the infinitive form is the form in which you have the AR, ER, or IR ending unchanged. Okay, let's take this concept and put it into action. So in English, we have a sentence, I want to practice. We have our first verb, I want, and the second verb, to practice. If we're going to put that into Spanish, your I want becomes yo quiero. It is your first verb, and you have conjugated it into the yo form. Your second verb is to practice. To practice is the verb that you do not change. You leave it in the infinitive form. That's why we left it as practicar. Altogether, you have yo quiero practicar. I want to practice. She can sing. She can. Ella puede sing, cantar. Ella puede cantar. Here's a list of verbs that often go together with a second verb. That means these are the first verbs, the ones that you're going to conjugate. You have querer, to want, poder, to be able to, necesitar, to need, and esperar, to hope. Yo quiero platicar. I want to chat. Nosotros podemos bailar. We can dance. Él necesita estudiar. He needs to study. Yo espero leer. I hope to read. Have you ever heard of Quizlet? It's this website that helps you learn stuff. And so we're gonna go to it, and we're gonna learn, okay? So just follow these simple instructions. Copy and paste this link you see into the web browser. Once you're on the page, under the big flashcard you see, in the blue box there's a smaller blue box that says scatter. It's this game. I want you to play it 3 times. If you're having trouble finding it, look it. There's a little diagram right in this PowerPoint slide. So, check it out. Each time you play the game, it's going to upload some new sentences. So it's always going to be different. So you're always going to be learning, okay? What is that you say? That you have already completed all of today's activities? Wow, muy bien. Well, there is one more activity to do. We are going to do a post-it activity on class tools. You can find the link on iLearn. What I want you to do is to make one post-it label for each person that you see in the circle. You are going to write one for each stating what he or she wants to do, needs to do, can do, or hopes to do. For example, I chose the man in the middle for my first, and I wrote, Él quiere comer. He wants to eat. Once you have completed the activity, be sure to select the little floppy disk icon to save it to your H drive. Then you may upload it to iLearn under the Sube link. Alright? Thank you. Bye-bye.